Childhood trauma is a very serious situation that is more common than most realize. Over 1/3 of children under the age of 16 have reported at least one event of childhood trauma in their life. The United States itself has one of the highest rates of domestic violence and childhood trauma in the world. That being said, I'm here today to tell you that there are ways of preventing this and lowering the rates, and I'm trying to persuade you we can do this. It is possible. So, my name is Noah Beller, and this is here to say, what truly is childhood trauma? Where does it come from? How can it be prevented? To get started, let's talk about how childhood trauma is caused. Childhood trauma can derive from many different sources. Most commonly, however, it comes from parental neglect and violence against the child. This is extremely impactful due to a child's want and need for parental love and acceptance. When that love and care is denied to that child, they try and alter themselves. They change characteristics, they change actions, they try and be better and able to suit their parents and make them feel loved. And oftentimes they think that being that certain way is what their parents want and will gain acceptance and they will feel better about themselves. This does not help. This makes it harder for them. They become obsessive about gaining attention and getting better. They always feel the need to rise above. Not only does it matter though where childhood trauma comes from, but how it affects people later on in their lives. Childhood trauma can lead to lifelong effects, both in mental and physical health. 95% of childhood trauma victims have been affected in their heart problems, and some have become alcoholics and most likely use antidepressants. Those who witness traumatic events as a child are 15 times as likely to commit suicide, 4 times as likely to become an alcoholic, and 3 times as likely to use antidepressants. Trauma raises the likelihood of heart disease and medical conditions such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, in that they try too hard and their heart rate raises so high that it's hard for them to live. They experience things of PTSD and symptoms of that make it very hard for them to act in actual society. Furthermore, I implore you, act and help prevent childhood trauma. There are ways that we can help prevent it and lower the overall occurrence rates. In order to begin to lower the rates of childhood trauma, we must start acknowledging it and acknowledge the risk factors, protective factors, and treatments that are possible so that we can help and we can allow them to progress into our society. Another method is to create common language with the community as to further the acquisition of information. Make it easier for people to gain information on this. Make it easier for people to acknowledge and know what is going on. Let us recap the ideas and occurrences. Childhood trauma is a very serious occurrence. It can derive from many different sources, can lead to lifelong problems in both mental and physical health, and must be prevented in any way possible. By now you know that action must be taken in order to lower the average rate of childhood trauma and prevent future events. The U.S. has one of the highest rates of childhood trauma, but with action that's being taken right now and the action that you can take, the rates will begin to drop and eventually decrease.